Hey everyone, welcome back to Sidekick English, the podcast where English is easy, fun, and your friendly sidekick in real life. If you want to learn English for beginners and have a good time, you are in the right place. Before we start, hit subscribe, like this video, and share it with a friend who wants to improve their English. Ready? Let's go!
Today's story is about summer, food, and one little problem. The title is Vegan Friend at Barbecue. Maybe you are vegan. Maybe you love meat. Maybe you don't care. You just want to eat. In this story, we learn English with a funny situation at a barbecue. We have two friends, Maya and Theo. Spoiler, one of them is vegan and the other one is very, very not vegan.
It's Saturday. The sun is shining. Birds are singing. Somewhere, a neighbor is playing loud music. Of course, it's the perfect day for a barbecue. At least that's what Theo thinks. He wakes up, looks out the window and says, "Yes, barbecue time." He takes his phone and writes a message in the group chat. "Barbecue at my place at 5 p.m. Bring snacks, I have meat." He does not think about anything else. Just meat. A lot of meat.
I go to the supermarket with one mission, buy all the food for the barbecue. I walk into the store like a hero in an action movie. In my head, there is music. In reality, I'm just a guy with a shopping cart. I go to the meat section. I see sausages. I see burgers. I see chicken wings. I see steak. My brain is happy. I say to myself, this is going to be the best barbecue ever. I put everything in the cart. Sausages? Yes. More sausages? Also yes.
While Theo is in the supermarket, I am at home on my sofa reading. I see the group message, "Barbecue at my place at 5 p.m. Bring snacks. I have meat." I read it again. I have meat. I smile. Because I know something. I am vegan. And Theo always forgets. Every single time. But it's okay. I like a challenge. I send a message back. "Great. I'll come. Don't worry, I'll bring something." Theo sends a thumbs up. He thinks everything is perfect. He has no idea.
I come back home with 4 big bags of food. I open my fridge. It is now a meat museum. So many different animals. I put everything inside and say, beautiful. Then I remember, right, snacks. So I look in my cupboard. I find chips. Okay, I find salsa. Perfect. I find a lonely carrot. Not very helpful. I say, it's fine. People don't need vegetables. They have ketchup. Ketchup is made from tomatoes. Tomato is a vegetable. I know it's not exactly true, but I'm trying.
At around 4 p.m., I start getting ready. I open my fridge and look for something vegan to bring. I see tofu, hummus, vegetables, and a sad half onion. The onion can stay. I decide to make vegan skewers, pieces of pepper, zucchini, mushrooms, and tofu on a stick. Very colorful. I also make a big bowl of salad, lettuce, tomato, cucumber, corn, and olives. It's basically a rainbow in a bowl. I'm happy. I think, okay, if Theo forgets I'm vegan, at least I have food.
It's 4:30 p.m. I go to my garden and start the barbecue. I feel like a professional chef. I put on my Kiss the Cook apron. Nobody ever kisses the cook, but I still wear it. I put charcoal in the barbecue, light it, and wait. Smoke goes everywhere. Into my eyes, into my neighbor's window. I cough a little, and then finally the fire is good. I am ready.
I arrive at Theo's place at 5 p.m. sharp. I am the first one, of course. I always arrive on time. I have my big bowl of salad and a plate with colorful vegan skewers. I knock on the door. Theo opens it. He is wearing an apron, and his face is red from the smoke. He looks so proud. I say, "Hey, Chef Theo." He says, "Welcome to Meat Paradise." I look down at my salad. He looks at the salad, then at me. His smile changes.
When I see Maya, I suddenly remember she is vegan. I look at my barbecue full of meat. I look at her salad. I look at my soul, and my soul says, oops. I try to smile and say, hey, Maya, you look very plant-based today. I don't know why I say that. My brain is not helping. She laughs and walks in. I quickly try to think, do I have anything vegan? I remember the lonely carrot. This is not good.
I arrive in the garden and see the barbecue. There are burgers, sausages, chicken wings, and more sausages. It's like a meat festival. I say, wow, Theo, this barbecue is intense. He says, yeah, it's my art. I put my salad and my skewers on a table. There are chips, salsa, bread, and a bottle of mustard. That's it. I ask, so what vegan options do you have? Theo freezes. He looks at the table, then at me, then at the meat. He says, the chips, and the air. Air is vegan.
More friends start to arrive. They say hello, put down drinks and snacks, and go directly to the barbecue. Everyone is excited. People say, this looks amazing, Theo! I'm happy, but in the corner of my mind, I see Maya with her salad. I don't want her to feel left out. So I make a big decision. I say I will give part of the grill to the vegetables. My friends look at me like I said, I will stop eating for 5 years. One of them asks, are you okay?
I hear Theo say, part of the grill for vegetables. I am impressed. I know this is hard for him. For Theo, vegetables are decoration, not food. So I say that's a great idea, but the grill is full of meat. I don't want meat juice on my vegan skewers. Theo looks at the grill like it's a math problem. Where can he put the vegetables? He moves the sausages to one side, the burgers to another. It looks like he's playing Tetris with meat.
I finally make a little space on the corner of the grill. It's like a small island of hope in a sea of meat. I say, okay, this part is 100% for vegetables. No meat. Maya smiles and brings her skewers. She says, careful. My tofu is fragile. I carefully put the skewers on the grill. I am very serious. Right now, these vegetables are VIP guests.
While the skewers are cooking, I talk with some of the other guests. One guy asks me, so Maya, why are you vegan? I say, well, I love animals, I like the environment, and also, my stomach and cheese are not friends anymore. Everyone laughs. But I'm also honest. I explain that being vegan is not only salad and sadness. There is pizza, pasta, burgers, chocolate, ice cream, everything. Just without animal products. Some people are surprised. One girl says, wait, there is vegan ice cream? I say, of course. We live in the future.
I listen while I flip the burgers. I'm thinking, vegan pizza? Vegan ice cream? But why? At the same time, I don't want to be rude. So I say, yeah, that sounds interesting. Inside my head, my stomach is saying, no comment. One of my friends asks, Theo, could you ever be vegan? I look at the smoke from the grill, then at my plate of sausages, then at Maya's skewers. I say, maybe for like 3 hours. Everyone starts giving me ideas.
My friends start to play a game with Theo. They say, okay, what vegan food could you eat for one day? Someone says, you could eat fruit. Theo says, for breakfast, okay, but not all day. Someone else says, pasta with tomato sauce. Theo says, no cheese? That sounds like a crime. I say, you can have vegan cheese. He looks confused, like I just said. You can have square water. He says, how is that even possible?
We continue the game. Someone says, you could have a big curry with vegetables and coconut milk. That actually sounds nice. I say, okay, that sounds good. Maya says, see, you already like one vegan meal. I try to act cool and say, yeah, I am very open-minded, as long as I can eat 10 other meals with meat. Maya rolls her eyes and laughs.
After a few minutes, I smell something amazing. I look at the grill and see my skewers. The vegetables are grilled perfectly. The tofu has nice brown lines. It looks delicious. I say, okay, vegan corner is ready. Theo carefully takes the skewers and puts them on a clean plate far away from the meat. I really appreciate this. I say thank you for keeping them separate. He says mission, protect the tofu. Completed.
I start giving food to everyone. Burger for you, sausages for you, skewer for you, chicken wings for you. When I get to Maya, I give her 2 big skewers and a huge spoon of salad. I also give her some bread and say, this bread is vegan, I checked. She smiles and says, nice. I trust the bread. I ask, do you want ketchup? She says, let me see the bottle. She reads the ingredients, nods, and says, yes, please. I didn't know ketchup could be so serious.
I take a bite of my skewer and it's really good. The vegetables are soft, the tofu is tasty, and it has a nice smoky flavor from the grill. I look at Theo and say, amazing job, chef. You are a natural vegan cook. He looks shocked and says, please don't tell anyone that. I laugh and say, it's our secret. Then I have some salad and bread. I'm happy. I have nice food, my friends, and the weather is perfect.
I am curious. I look at the skewers and think, maybe I should try one, but I don't want to look too interested. So I wait. I finish one burger, then start another burger. After that, I finally say, Maya, can I maybe try a piece? She smiles like she is waiting for this moment. She offers me a skewer. I take a small bite from the tofu. I'm ready to hate it, but it's actually good.
I watch Theo's face very carefully. He chews, looks up at the sky, and then says, okay, this is not bad. This is good. I say, you can say it. You like it. He says, I like it as a side dish. The main dish is still meat. But I can see in his eyes that he is a little surprised. He takes another bite. I feel like I just won a small victory for vegetables.
After a while, everyone is eating, drinking, and talking. The atmosphere is very chill. Someone puts music on. People start talking about different diets around the world. One friend says, in my country, we eat meat every day. Another friend says, in my family, we eat vegetarian food 3 times a week. We all share about food traditions. It's interesting. I never thought so much about what other people can or cannot eat.
We also talk about how to be a good host when your friends have different diets. I say, you don't need to cook a 5-star vegan meal, but it's nice to have at least one safe option. Something simple, like grilled vegetables, salad, or beans. Theo says, yeah, now I know. Step 1, ask your friend, do you eat meat, fish, milk, eggs, or nothing from animals? Step 2, don't panic. Step 3, ask Google. Everyone laughs, but it's true. Communication is important.
I remember other times when I invited Maya and didn't think about it. Once, I ordered pizza with my friends. We got 4 big pizzas. All of them had cheese and meat. Maya just ate the crust. I felt bad when I realized. Now, I want to do better. So I say, from now on, every time I do a party, there will be at least one vegan dish, even if it's just your famous salad. Maya says, deal, and I will always bring something too, so it's easier for you.
I think it's really sweet. I also learned something. I see that Theo is trying, even if he doesn't understand everything about being vegan. He listens, he asks questions, and he gives space on his grill. That's progress. For me, that's enough. I don't need everyone to be vegan. I just want my friends to respect my choice, like I respect theirs. And if they eat and enjoy some vegan food, even sometimes, that's a bonus.
At some point, we start playing a silly game. We imagine a perfect barbecue menu that works for everyone, vegans, vegetarians, and meat eaters. We write a list. On one side, grilled vegetables, corn on the cob, salad, hummus, bread, vegan skewers, fruit salad. On the other side, burgers, sausages, chicken wings. In the middle, things everyone can share, like chips, salsa, guacamole. It actually looks like a great menu.
I say, wow, this looks like a dream barbecue. Theo says, yeah, but it's a lot of work. I say, it doesn't have to be. Everyone can bring something. That way, the host doesn't do everything. Our friends like the idea. Next time, we want to do a potluck barbecue. Each person brings one dish, vegan, vegetarian, or not, but clearly labeled so we don't need to guess.
As the sun starts to go down, the sky turns orange and pink. People are starting to feel full. You know that moment when everyone says, I can't eat anymore, but they still eat one more piece of something? That's us. Someone says, I'm so full, and then takes another sausage. Maya says, I'm so full, and then takes one more spoon of salad. It's a universal rule.
We sit and talk about our favorite foods. I say, my favorite vegan food is a big bowl of pasta with tomato sauce, mushrooms, and basil. Theo says, my favorite food is everything at this barbecue. I ask, even the skewers? He takes a second and says, yes, even the skewers. I feel proud. I say, careful, Theo, you're slowly becoming 2% vegan. He says, okay, I can be 2% vegan, but the other 98% is pure barbecue.
At the end of the night, we clean up. There are plates, cups, and one sad, lonely sausage that nobody wanted. I put it in a container and say, leftovers for tomorrow. Maya looks at the grill and says, thank you for making space for my food today. I say, thanks for bringing it. It made the barbecue better and more colorful, and I mean it. It's nice to see more than just brown meat on the grill.
When I go home, I think about the evening. It was not a vegan barbecue. It was just a normal barbecue with friends, but with more options. I think that's the future. Not fighting about food, but sharing it. Not saying, you are wrong, I am right, but saying, okay, tell me more. I want to understand. Food is not only about eating, it's also about connection.
And I'm thinking maybe next time I will try to cook something vegan myself. Not just put Maya's food on the grill, but cook my own vegan dish. Maybe a bean burger or grilled mushrooms, I don't know. But now I feel less scared. I learned that vegan food is not boring and that it's possible to have an amazing barbecue where everyone is happy, even if they eat different things.
And this is the end of our story. Vegan friend at barbecue. Now let's quickly look at what we learned today. We heard words like barbecue, grill, skewers, salad, sausages, burgers, chicken wings, tofu, vegetables, vegan, host, guest, potluck, leftovers. We also practiced simple English for everyday situations with friends. You can use this vocabulary when you talk about food, parties, and social events.
If you want to learn English fast, stories like this are a great way to improve your vocabulary and speaking. You hear real-life conversations, simple grammar, and useful expressions. You can listen again and again to feel more comfortable with English in everyday life. And of course, you can imagine your own barbecue story with your friends.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to Sidekick English, like this video, and share it with a friend who is vegan, not vegan, or just hungry. Your support helps us make more fun stories for you. And tell us in the comments, at a barbecue, what would you eat? Would you try vegan skewers, or are you a 100% meat person?
Thank you for listening to Sidekick English. You are doing great on your English journey. Keep going, keep listening, and keep having fun with English. See you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.